YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy back with another one, man. Y'all new to the channel, you already know what to do. Be sure to crack that bell notification for your boy, man. Be sure to smash that like button. I do appreciate it more than you'll ever know. So real quick, y'all, just want to get into this video real quick today. Talk about this topic that's been on my mind for a while, and that is, are AK pistols overrated? Now, I've done videos on my Draco before. If you're not new to the channel, then you know this gun already. I've got this posted all over my channel. I got a few different videos on it. This is going to be more like a revisit because this will be pretty much almost my third year owning it. I'm going on 3 years of owning it. So I kind of pretty much always do this, like a revisit after I've had the gun, you know, to see how it's held up. Even though I haven't shot this in a few months, but I kind of just been having it, you know, in the tuck, just kind of put away, and it was really dirty. So I also had to clean it, and I don't know if you guys could tell, man. I hope my cleaning paid off because my internals were dirty. And as you can see in there, she is spotless. And we are empty, as you can see. No magazine in there. So, but yeah, this thing was super dirty. She was due for cleaning and some oil. Oiled her up real good. And that was the first time of me cleaning it. I pretty much was treating this gun like a rag doll. Just kind of had it, you know, thrown around, just using it to shoot rounds through it, and just kind of just putting it to the test without even thinking about it, you know. I know people always say AKs will run through mud, and that was before I really even knew about AKs, you know. And I figured, okay, well, I probably don't even need to clean mine then. And before you know it, I had over 3,000 rounds through this thing. Granted, that was about 3 years ago when AK ammo was much, you know, much less pricey than what it is now. It was way cheaper to find AK ammo. You know, I was getting them for about $6 a box. So it was very easy for me to get, you know, a couple hundred rounds at a time, you know, opposed to now. You know, you obviously you guys know what's going on if you watch the news. You know, I mean, I don't watch the news a whole lot, but when it comes to like gun stuff and things like that, you know, I try to always tell you guys I try to stay up on the news to see what's going on. And especially when it affects, you know, guns and, you know, gun prices and ammo prices and things like that. So obviously, you know, the things that are happening overseas are affecting us here. So AK ammo is kind of scarce now, which is why I don't really shoot this as much as I want to. I mean, I have AK ammo, but kind of just holding on to it. But when it comes to the AK platform, I do love it. You know, as far as AK pistols being overrated, I wanted to talk about that because I get a lot of hate for this gun. Don't get me wrong, I've got a few people here and there that actually tell me they like the gun and things like that, which I can care less if you like it or hate it. Like I always tell you guys, man, you know, buy what you want to buy. Who cares if people like it or not, you know, because you'll get your crowd of people that'll flock to you and, you know, actually give you compliments and want to know more about the gun, you know, whether it's anything. But I didn't really buy this for anything else rather than just having it as a novelty piece because I always liked the Draco, and it's just something that I just wanted in my collection, you know, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of guns, but I definitely liked AKs overall. I mean, since before when I was a kid, you know, I always liked AK-47, seeing them in movies and in your favorite video games. You know, AKs was just, the platform overall was just something that I just always liked, you know. Which is why I ended up getting one, you know, and I wanted something chambered in 7.62. I didn't really care much for the AR platform. I mean, now I'm getting into it and things like that, but I was definitely more excited to get into the AK platform, which is why I ended up getting this. And, you know, like I said, a lot of people don't like the Draco. I mean, between rappers and things like that, they give the Draco a bad name, and people mag dumping them at the floor and kind of just not having a, you know, a good purchase on the gun, you know, kind of just waving it in the air and shooting it at everything but the target. You know, it gives the gun a bad name, you know. And at the end of the day, there are people out here like me that are responsible, actually know how to shoot their Draco. Do I mag dump it? Yeah, of course I've mag dumped it before. Not at the ground, but, you know, it's just something that, like, you know, I treat it like any other gun. You know, I treat it with respect. You know, when I shoot it, I train with it. You know, some people say it's inaccurate. That's not true. This gun is actually a lot more accurate than most people will say. And, you know, the sights on it aren't the best, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, you got to work with what you got. And I don't think they're the most terrible sights. I mean, they're definitely not the best. You got like the little sight post right here. Well, the sight post is right here. And then you got like the little, these are just like blacked out rear sights, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, I've seen some people take like a white marker or like chalk or something, not chalk, like a white marker and like, kind of just line up the sights, like kind of just color it in just to kind of give you something to focus on. But it's not horrible. I mean, with the blast that's coming out this muzzle brake anyway, who cares about, you know, you lining up sights? You just got to point to where you want to shoot at and hope you don't get blind. But honestly, it's not that bad, you know. Even with the muzzle brake on there, you know, I mean, even before I put the muzzle brake on there, the one that comes with it, the so-called flash hider, is most definitely not a flash hider. I mean, fireballs still come out this thing from the factory. I just put the muzzle brake on there because I wanted less recoil out of the gun. And I want it to be a little bit more practical when shooting. But I didn't even know it was going to come with a louder blast and, you know, the bigger fireball, which, like I said, I don't mind. I mean, who doesn't love that, right? Just a couple things that I did to it. You know, if you guys already watched other videos on this, then you kind of already know what I'm going to say. But, you know, like I put the whole grip on here. Just tried to make it more practical. I got the charging handle on here, you know, and lastly, I got the brace, of course. This is the folding brace. So, you know, folds out, so it still could be, you know, nice and compact. You know, it still fits in your backpack, whatever you want to do with it. Whether you want to make it your backpack everyday gun, if you're going to carry this thing every day. I mean, I don't. This is strictly for range purposes. I mean, when I do ride to the range, this does become my truck gun, but that's it. Other than that, I mean, I don't really, just kind of sits away in my closet, you know, in the bag, and that's pretty much it. But most people will say that AKs, you know, AK pistols are like, you know, impractical, or, you know, I think everybody just likes using that word in the gun community. I don't feel like any gun you have is impractical, or not practical, whatever you want to call it. Every gun should serve a purpose, which is why I don't want a million guns, because I want all my guns to serve a purpose, whether it's going to be a competition gun, if I'm going to ever, you know, compete in a competition, or it's going to be a fun range toy to use, just something to beat the hell out of and run some rounds through it, you know, make it like your tank gun. That's kind of what this is, honestly. You know, it's got a bunch of different rounds through it, whether it be your EDC or in your EDC rotation. But I don't think any gun is impractical, you know, like it's not something, you know, even if you're just buying it, like I said, for a novelty piece. I love the Draco, and, you know, this is the mini, by the way. This is the mini Draco. So, you know, they have the full size and the micro. I originally wanted the micro, but at the time, prices were through the roof, and they were just way too expensive, you know. I still do want one eventually, but basically, you know, time will tell on that. But I'm content with the mini Draco. I love it. And as you can see, after doing the little modifications that I did to it, I fell in love with it even more because it made the gun a better shooting gun. So if it wasn't practical when I bought it, then trust me, it's a lot more practical now, just being as though, you know, it's shootable. I mean, out of the box, it's shootable. It's going to run anything you put through it. I know a lot of people say theirs jam up. Well, not a lot, but I've seen a few people here and there saying that their Dracos jam up on them. This never gave me any problems like that. I mean, maybe I just got one in a million, but I see a lot of people saying the Dracos are reliable and they're just like tanks, you know. But here and there, you'll get somebody that's saying like that they're having bad issues with it, which I think that happens with every gun. But like I said, as far as being impractical, I don't really believe that. I mean, I think AK pistols serve a lot of purposes. Like I said, you want a truck gun, this is a perfect truck gun. It's small, it's compact, it fits wherever you want. It's loud, it's gonna go bang. You know, I know some people say, oh, well, you know, that wouldn't be a great home defense gun because it's too loud. You know, you're gonna blow your eardrums, or you're gonna over penetrate. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you know, I probably wouldn't recommend this for home defense. But if someone was to break into your house and this is the closest that you can get to, are you not going to use it because you're worried about it being too loud? Listen, that's why shot placement is everything, man. You know, I know you can't, in a panic, you're not really going to be 100% worrying about exactly where your shots are going, but the crook. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's really up to you, you know, what you decide to use for your home defense. I never said that I would use this as a home defense weapon, but it's in my home. So, you know, you never know when anything could pop off or when anything could happen, you know. God forbid, something happens and this is the closest thing you can get to, I mean, listen, then that's going to be what it's going to be, But at the end of the day, with the way all these people are aiming them and shooting them at everything but a target, I mean, that should be the least of your worries, But even then, that doesn't make the gun impractical. It's just people don't know how to handle them, And I think that's what it is. It's just a lot of misconstrues and things like that. A lot of things get misconstrued on the internet, and people think automatically if you got a Draco that you're a hoodlum, or that, oh, you got an AK pistol, like you up to no good or something like that. With these silly comments, man, like, you don't know what people are gonna whip up and put under your comment section. I mean, I don't really care. I don't let those things get to me, but it's just to give you a little insight that, this is not impractical. This is actually very practical. It could serve, like I said, a lot of different purposes. It's even carryable. Like I said, if you want to make it a truck gun, you can make it a truck gun. Something you can keep in your little bag. I mean, you can eat. I've seen people EDC it with a book bag. Like I said, I don't do that, but. And the whole thing of, oh, you're going to go deaf if you shoot one of these, in a self-defense situation. Well, I mean, in all honesty, any gun you shoot is going to knock out your hearing, for a couple of seconds, maybe a day. It depends. But, if you've ever shot a gun without ear protection, then you should already know what that does, And I'm talking a regular 9mm. Any gun you shoot, for that matter, is gonna knock out your hearing, And that's the reason why we wear ear protection. But in a real situation, how realistic will it be for you to always have hearing protection on you? Maybe you're a person who wears AirPods or something like that, but in reality, you're not going to tell the robber or the thief or the person that's trying to do harm to you, hold on, give me a second, let me put my eardrums on, let me put my earbuds on so I could, so I can shoot you. Like, it's not going to work like that, So the whole thing of saying that, you don't want to shoot this gun because you're going to blow your eardrums is obsolete, because any gun you shoot is going to blow your eardrums for a few seconds or more. So that's why I say, like, that's just not really an argument of thing, that's not really something that's not a good argument. And like I said, I always tell you guys the same thing. If you want something, get it. Don't worry about what other people are going to say, because I feel like on the internet with this whole YouTube thing, like, people are going to talk about anything you get. So it doesn't really even matter, But do I think AKs are not practical? No, I think AK pistols are actually very practical. They serve different purposes just like any other gun. If you buy a rifle, you're not going to carry that every day. Does that mean it's impractical? No. It's going to sit in your safe or your closet or wherever you have it at until it's time for you to serve its purpose, whether it be taking it to the range, to do drills with it, home defense weapon. It's just a lot of different things. And I feel like when people call these impractical or they're not practical, however you want to say it, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I figured I'd clear that air real quick because I wanted to answer that for myself and for you guys. If you're ever thinking about getting the AK pistol or AR pistol for that matter, they both get rained on by the YouTube community. There's certain people, comment warriors, whatever you want to call it. They will get in the comment section and scold you for having it, But at the end of the day, you don't worry about that. You buy what you want to buy and shoot what you want to shoot. It's your money. You do what you want with it. You buy whatever gun you want to buy with it. I love my AK pistol. I think it's great. Like I said, I think it serves a lot of different purposes, just depending on what you want to do, depending on your lifestyle and things like that. You're going to have a blast every time you go to the range. I mean, they go boom every time you pull the trigger. So that's all you should worry about. And with the fireball that comes out of them, trust me, you're going to be famous at the range every time you go, and it might not always get good feedback because you got your Karens in there, whatever you want to call it, that, or your Chads that they want to get you out the range. They want to give you dirty looks because they feel like the gun you're shooting is too loud. Well, listen, it's a gun range. That's what it's for, right? At the end of the day, if someone couldn't shoot next to me with this thing, it's going to be loud. But at the end of the day, I'm doing the same thing he's doing, so can't really get mad at that. But I feel like people just find any reason to complain about things or call something not worth having or, not practical just because of, a type of reputation that gun might have, Just because rappers rap about this gun and, like I said, people mag dump at the floor and shoot up, everything but the target doesn't mean that everybody that owns one of these are like that. So I figured I'd just clear the air real quick for y'all, man. If you feel like this is something that you want to go ahead and get and you're thinking about it, well, listen, this is basically your review right here. Like, I had no issues with this gun. I've had it for almost 3 years. I love it. I'm going to continue to shoot it. I do want to add more AKs, you know, in my inventory eventually. Like I would definitely want a full-size AK just to see what that's about. So that's definitely something that I would love to, you know, eventually add to the channel, you know, in due time, obviously. But starting off with an AK pistol, this is the gun that kind of got me into the AK platform. I have no regrets. I just love everything about the AK platform. I think it's amazing. And like I said, AK pistols for me is a win. You know, I think that it's actually the new wave now. It's just, we in a golden, what the other guys say, we're like in the golden age of firearms, you know. There's so many different choices out there that you can get whatever you desire, you know, whatever you want. And I feel like you should, you know, because that's one thing about me. I'm going to buy whatever I want. Whether people don't like it or not, doesn't really matter to me. All right, y'all. So I'm going to end the video here, man. You know, just wanted to get that out there to y'all, man. I hope this video helps. And I do appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. And want to make sure, if you're new to the channel, man, you already know what to do. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, man. Crack that bell notification for your boy. Smash that like button, man. I do appreciate it. Until next time, 100 gang, man, y'all be safe out there.